So we have my father's 2002 Ford Ranger here in the garage, and we're getting ready to put some running boards on it that we bought off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description of this video over to the running boards that we bought off Amazon. You guys can go check them out, and we'll show you what's involved with doing this.
All right, so we're getting ready. We're going to do the right side of the kit first for the running board. So you got this piece here, you get the PFS and the PRM, and this stands for passenger side. So you got three pieces you're going to put on the front bracket, and in the back you've got two pieces for the rear bracket that you bolt on. It's pretty simple. All the nuts and bolts for the brackets are the same length and size, so it's simplified. And then these little bolts here go underneath for the running board, and when we get to that part we'll show you. They go through these little brackets like this. You cut through the bracket, they tuck into the running board because you get the grinded corners, and then that'll be the last thing that you bolt onto the bracket here. So we'll do those last, but for now we're going to slide this piece. So just to get this in place, I put the bolt in here, just barely started it, and we're going to go run this bolt up into the hole. I want you to run this bracket, and there's one long side and a short side. So I just started the bolt in it. It helps me slide the bracket into the hole and line it up like that. Okay, so this is probably the trickiest part. So I got a socket and a long extension, and I put a little never-sees on this to catch it. And we're gonna have Tony hold the light. I'm gonna never-sees a couple bolts, and we're gonna come right back to you. We got the bracket set up. I got the bolt, a little washer, and then a little lock washer, then the washer. I put some never-sees on it. This one's kind of tricky to catch, so I'm gonna try and get it into this hole here first. And Tony's gonna hold the light up there. I'm using a shallow socket. I'm going to try and line this thing up with that hole. Okay, caught it. Now I need to spin that bracket because it must have spun. I need to spin it over so I can get this second hole to line up. Okay, I'm going to get a screwdriver lined up. Okay. Okay, so we get that one lined up. Okay, so we get that one caught. Now they don't want you to tighten anything yet, and we've got a little bracket that's going to attach to here. Now if you have a little play here, it really doesn't make any difference at all. Once we snug it up, it's going to tighten. We're going to put a bracket from here to here, and we're going to use those same washers and nuts, and let me get the setup for that. Alright, so I'm going to get this stuff sitting here. So this one I've got the bolt with the washer, and the other washer, lock washer, and nut goes on the back side. You can just hang this into here right now. And I gotta get my stuff out here. Okay. This is going to swing out to this bracket position up here. There's already a hole in the body. And I'm going to take the washer right now, put it on. I've got a lock washer and a nut. We're using some never-sees, and you know, the kit's nice. I don't think these are grade 8 bolts, so don't over tighten them. You may strip one. Okay, so now we got this one here. We're gonna go up with this one through the floorboard here. I got a lock washer on the top. Excuse me, a flat washer, now a lock washer, and then the nut. And I'm going to want to tighten these up first so that it's going to pull this thing up a little more, and that's the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to tighten these two up right now. snug it all up now with the ratchet, and then I'm going to put a wrench on everything and tighten everything down at the end after we get the running boards in. Okay. All right, so this is the front setup for the bracket. Pretty quick and simple. We're going to go to the rear now and show you what we got to do there. Okay, so now over here they got a couple of holes in the body, and then they got this slot for the bracket. And there's a groove cut out on this bracket, and it has to go a certain way. It's going to go in like this, because on the body there's a little lip right here. So this has to set up so it's above that lip. And we're going to line this first hole up here with the bracket. Okay, we got that in there. And let's get the nuts and washer on it now. I don't know why this plate's not really. I got it started right. Now they want you to just take a couple of the bolts and stick them in the holes first, so that the holes are going to stay lined up for that next bracket. And we need to suck this bracket in here tight first. So we'll just take a couple of bolts and we'll stick them in there. Alright, so I'm just going to take a bolt and stick it through here. This is really the only one that matters. The other one's got a big hole on the back side, but we're trying to suck the bracket tight into the body in here. So these are all 16 millimeter. Got to keep this lined up in here, this bolt and this bracket. So I'm going to get a little pry bar in. Alright, so we're going to take our bolts and stick them through here. And this bracket, we're trying to get that bolt. We wanted to tighten that bolt down first, but it was kind of sticking us a little bit, so there might have been a little body work done in the back corner here, so I've got it loose. But once I hang this bracket, I'm going to tighten that first, so if anyways it's going to pull it this way a little bit, because there is a little play in these brackets for the holes. So we're going to hang the bracket up in here now. Yeah, see that? Little tape right here. So yeah, there was a little something done here. Okay, so alright, so we got the bolts caught. So we're gonna go and tighten this one down now, and that's gonna suck this back where we want it. I'll snug this one up first. You don't have to kill these. See, it's sucking the panel in a little bit because it was from the body work. Alright, I'm good with that. Now let's tighten this one up.
these brackets have a little pitch to them, and it looked like it was, I don't know, a little less than a ½ inch for water to run off. The panels are straight on this truck. The rocker is straight, but the design is to have a little water run off on it. So now at the end of the day, when you get done, if you think you want it to look a little straighter, you know, you can put it on the ground and put a jack underneath the bracket here and give it a little tweak if you like. But the kit wants you to have a little runoff. All right, so those are tight. This one's tight. We've got our front brackets tight, so we're ready to sit our running board on top now. All right, so we're gonna feed the running board up in place. Now this has got a ton of adjustment on it, okay? So we're thinking that we want it adjusted towards the back of our cab here. And there is an adjustment to go a little side by side. We actually kept them out as far as we can, which gives you a little more step to step on. You can slide them in if you want them to look a little more flush to the truck, but you've only got a ½ inch of plate, so there ain't a lot of adjusting. All right, let me get those brackets now and we'll sit them in place. These brackets, and they've got little corners taken off of them, so that you can twist them up into place. So this one will go, I guess, this way. So you roll them up into place like that.
Just kind of hang out there.
All right, let's go do this one first. So we'll roll this one into place like that. And you can drop them down. Ain't a lot of room to get your fingers up in there. So we've got washers and nuts to put on these. I have to basically get my pinky up in here to hold it down. And these have plastic sleeves on the inside of the nut for locking, and they're 13 millimeter. Okay, so let's get the next one. Okay, we got these on. We'll go slide the fronts in, and then you can make your adjustment to see where you want to have your running board, whether you want it slid a little more forward or back a little bit. We like it kind of just protruding out past the cap, just a whisker, and that's kind of where we're going with it. Okay, we've got our last one. Just going to slide it up over and fall down into the holes here. Okay. Catch these. Nice kit, pretty easy to install. You don't really need a lift to do it. All right, let me get the ratchet. We'll snug these down a little and then adjust it. Okay, so now you can slide this way or back, whatever way you want. So we're gonna look back and see how we like the look of the board, and then we're gonna just tighten these 4 adjustments, and that's all up to you on how you want the board in tight, out a little bit, back farther or forward, you know. Come up. Let's tighten these front ones here first. Okay. That one's good. And then final adjustment there is good. All right, we're just going to recheck all our bolts here for tightness. and we're happy with our adjustment. This side is the same exact procedure.
So here what the running boards look like once they're installed on the Ranger, they look really good. And they're pretty easy to put on. And like I said, I'll put a link in the description of this video to these. And real simple to do. You can definitely do it in the driveway.